YouTube, what it do? Ricky Unboxed here, back with yet another video, and today we're doing a little bit more of a deep dive into the Google Pixel 8 Pro. So as you guys can see, I'm going around the phone and I'm further inspecting this Google 8 Pro, and the first thing that you're going to notice is those thinner bezels. Guys, it's crazy how just thinner bezels can make the screen look so much bigger. Another cool improvement on this 8 Pro is the brightness. Guys, this phone can get super bright. Like, I mean, I think last year's model was like 1600 nits of brightness. This one's going up to 2400 nits of brightness. Crazy, guys. It's like 40% more, 40% better than last year's model. In the sun, you guys will see clear as day. Super clear, guys. It's really good, really nice brightness. Another thing about the 8 Pro is that we are running the Tensor G3 chip. This chip is said to be a little bit more faster, a little bit more optimized. I think it's supposed to help with maybe the new camera features that they have, as well as being less strain on the actual chip itself, so it can optimize on battery life. But we'll see how it lasts in the months to come. But it's supposed to be a step up from last year's Tensor G2 chip, so we'll see how it is, guys. There's also been a slight improvement to battery life. It's about 50 milliamp hours. So last year's model was 5000. This year's is 5050. It's pretty much the same amount of battery life. Google is claiming 24 hours and beyond. I have no issues with it. I get throughout the day with the phone, so no complaints in that department. But speaking about complaints, I don't know why Google has this little notch here. It's become a dust collector. I don't know about other people, but I always find that I have a lot of dust accumulating in that small section. Very small nitpick, but something to note. Now, I'm not sure if last year's model had this feature, but speech to text has been really helpful, really cool. Now, one cool thing about speech to text is that when you're speaking into the mic and say you say or or any of those like generic words that you might say in between a sentence, the tech in Google actually doesn't record or type ums and ahs, which is really cool. I think that's a really cool feature as well. So speech to text is it's extremely accurate, and I think it got a bit of an improvement from last year as well. Speaking of improvements, the front-facing camera has also been improved so that you can now have more secure apps being able to be opened with the new front-facing cameras, which is like Scotiabank and some of the banking apps, things that required a higher level of security. Because of the new tech in the front-facing camera, you're able to utilize the face unlock for those applications. Now, I touched on this feature very briefly in my unboxing video. If you guys haven't went and checked that out, go ahead and hit that link up above. But it's the temperature sensor that is new to the Pixel 8 Pro. Now, this sensor, we're going to go ahead and we're going to test it out on my pure Hennessy white bottle I had just laying there in my room. So now this temperature sensor is not FDA approved for you to go ahead and test it on a human species or human specimen, but you can obviously go ahead and like say that you're a liquid or whatever and then put it to your skin, but I wouldn't recommend it as it hasn't been approved for that as yet. Now, this bottle has been sitting at like room temperature, so that is pretty accurate. My room is around 23 degrees right now, so that's it's pretty accurate. It's nice. It's a cool new feature. If you want to test out maybe a baby bottle, if it's too hot for your child, you go ahead and hit that and it can come in handy. It's not bad. By far, one of my favorite features on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and this is not a new feature, it was on the previous model as well, it's the call screen feature. Now, for some reason, to access this, you have to go into the phone app and then the settings from the phone app, but I had to restart my phone in order for the settings to populate. I think it's just because I just put in my SIM card, so I just needed a little bit of time to like refresh or reset itself. So here we are, we got a phone call coming in, and you can see that the person is basically, it's telling me what the person is hearing, and then I can live react to whatever that person responds with. So she says, I'm calling for a package pickup for Ricardo, and then I can respond with like generic messages that they have here at the bottom, and I just put like, who is this? And then at any given time, you can just go ahead and connect the call, and then it'll say connecting you now. It's kind of cool. and then boom, you can talk to that person. Really cool feature if you're in like meetings or anything like that, or you don't want to take a call, spam callers. Really cool feature. They have also made improvements to the haptics on this phone. It feels really good when you're typing or you're switching between applications. The haptics, you'll definitely notice an improvement from last year, and it feels amazing. It's cool, you know, it's a subtle improvement. It's not, I don't think they had mentioned this in the new spec sheet or anything like that. It's just something that when you feel it, you can recognize that it has been improved from last year. Google also went ahead and improved the camera system that's also on this phone. So now we have a 50 megapixel main camera and a 48 megapixel ultra wide. Now, one of the other cool things with this camera system is that they actually lowered the aperture for these lenses. It's been slightly lowered. This is just to improve the light that's coming in the camera lens. It kind of reduces sharpness and depth of field by ever so slightly. You're not even going to notice it, but it's going to make the camera perform ever so better in low light situations. Just skimming through Google's website, their tech website page here, you can kind of see some of the other colors that this phone is featured in. They have a blue color. It says it's called Bay, and then they also feature a black colorway called Obsidian. I think I'd more opt for the black in the future. And then they also have the Porcelain colorway, which is the one that I went with on this particular phone. It's still a nice colorway, don't get me wrong. It's like a tannish brown. It looks really nice. Definitely more of a warmer colorway, but I still think that it's a beautiful color all in all. For my final thoughts on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, I think this phone is absolutely awesome. Definitely has some cool features like the call screening and just some of the really neat tech that they have in the camera system. Definitely makes this smartphone one of the better smartphones to pick up in 2023. That's everything I have on the Google Pixel 8 Pro. I hope you guys liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, take care, peace out, and I love you guys.